Is it the quality over the quantity, or the quantity over the quality in each and everything that we're doing, Sheikh?
We have
Ibadat
to balance. We have to balance. This is the frequently asked question every single Ramadan. Should I recite as many khatma as I can in Ramadan? Like Imam Shafi'i, they used to say he used to have like 60 khatma and in Ramadan. Or should I focus on reciting little but contemplating upon it? Again, we come back to the same thing. You may recite one ayah and Allah doesn't open your chest for it. So you've lost a great deal of reward over the quantity. And you may recite the Quran a lot, but you don't contemplate, so you are jeopardizing the quality. You balance.
How?
By reading without jeopardizing the quality. Some may focus, and this is the hadith of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, may Allah be pleased with them, when the Prophet said alayhi salatu wasalam, how much of Quran do you read every night? He said, I finish the Quran once a night. He said, no, read it once a month. Yani one juz' every night. He said, I can do more. So he said, read it every 20 days. I can do more. Read it every 10. I can do more. Read it over a 1 week. And in a narration, in every 3 days, but you can't comprehend it in less than that. So now this is jeopardizing the what? The quality. So the Prophet is restricting that. So, Allahumma salli wa sallam ala Muhammad. People differ in their ranges. Some people would find that I finish the Quran every 3 days and I'm fine with that. Others would say, no, this is too much. I don't comprehend anything. I'd rather do it in 1 week. I'd rather do it in 10 days. I know one of my beloved brothers and neighbors in my masjid, he used to open the masjid for the adhan. He's a retired uncle, and he gives the adhan for all 5 prayers. And he's, mashallah, well off. He doesn't need the money, but he loves the Quran and he loves the masjid. Never I came to the masjid without seeing him there. He gives the adhan, he reads the Quran until the iqamah, he does his sunan after the fard, and he stays in the masjid reading the Quran till Fajr, Ishraq. He prays 2 rak'ahs, and he's the last one to go out. Not because he has to close the doors, but by default. Dhuhr, the same thing. From Asr till Maghrib, sometimes he stays in the masjid, and from Maghrib to Isha, he stays in the masjid. Doesn't go home. And you can only see the Quran in his hands.
No.
Yani I would presume that he finishes the Quran, and he is not like us. You hear him read the Quran. Yes, so he says, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This paced. And I said, God, with this pace, I would not finish except in a year. We just,
as if you're being chased.
Yes. The quality versus quantity. So he, with the grace of Allah, does both. So there are people who are blessed with this. So I pray to Allah that He makes us blessed like them.
Ameen. Sheikh, I remember remembering the hadith of Rasul when Aisha narrated it, and in another narration, one of the Sahabas, where Rasul used to stand in prayer حتى تفطرت قدمه, and another narration حتى تورمت قدمه, until his feet were swollen, until his feet cracked. What I ask myself is, to the extent the feet get swollen, to the extent the feet gets cracked, another narration came, Rasulullah he used to stand in a rak'ah, the whole of Surah Al-Baqarah, the whole of Ali Imran,
and An-Nisa.
And Sheikh, that's not qira'ah of just like the way we do very fast. Rasulullah was reciting, obviously, the qira'ah tadabburiyah, ta'ammuliyah.
Every ayah that was mentioning the mercy of Allah, he was asking for forgiveness. Every ayah mentioning hellfire, he would seek refuge in Allah Azza wa Jal. Every ayah that there is dua in it, he would make dua. Allah. Correct? So what's the question?
The question is, Now here, it shows that the quality is more profound, more than the quantity.
This is without doubt. However, our times are different. Their times, Allah Azza wa Jal has placed a great deal of barakah. Yani the Prophet was addressed alayhi salatu wasalam in the beginning of his message, Ya ayyuhal muzammil قم الليل إلا قليلا. How much? نصفه أو انقص منه قليلا أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا. So between half and 2/3 of the night. You're talking about between 3 hours and 5 hours of standing. The issue is, how would you not feel your feet being swollen?
Subhanallah.
The answer is passion. When you have passion for something, it becomes enjoyable. This pain becomes enjoyable. When we hit the gym, and you guys, you're young. I don't hit the gym. That gym hits me. So when those who hit the gym, what do they say? No pain, no gain. What is this? It means that you enjoy the pain because you find the sweetness, the gain. After 6 months, 1 year, when you flex your muscles and you see something is moving. So this type of reward is the sweetness we're talking about. And that would make the whole day fruitful for the Prophet ﷺ, because he spent the previous night worshipping Allah, anticipating the reward from Allah, and getting the boost and the courage and the durability and the energy from Allah Azza wa Jal because of that.
Like the way we get the passion and the sweetness. Some of us, when you're watching Netflix and you forget yourself, or you're scrolling your phone on TikTok and whatnot. But Rasulullah forgets himself in prayers.
Yeah, but the difference is the fun, the kick you get out of the haram is temporary. The moment you're sober of it, you get headaches, you get hangover. But at the time of the sin, we were having fun. The other way is true when it comes to ibadah. So imagine, you are starving because you're fasting. You're thirsty because you're fasting. You are so tired because you're fasting. The moment you break your fast over 3 days and a sip of water, what do you say? ذهب الظما وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. The thirst has gone. And my veins are nourished now. With what? With nothing. But the reward is settled and stable and recorded for me. Now every hardship I felt over the past 16, 17 hours, our brothers in the up north, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Scandinavian countries, they say we fast for 19 hours, sometimes 20 hours a day, only 4 hours to eat and pray Taraweeh, Maghrib and Isha, and boom, it's Fajr. How could you do this? The answer is Allah Azza wa Jal. We see that Allah gives them the power, the ability. And this was mentioned in the Sahih, where the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, when the Dajjal comes, it would be 3 years before there is no rain and no crops. So the companion said, how would the people feed on? If there is no rain and there is no crops, no plantation, no animals would find anything to eat, how would they live?
People will die of hunger.
The Prophet said, alayhi salam, bidhikr. They would say, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. This would suffice them for eating and drinking.
Allah.
So the dhikr empowers you. It gives you energy with the grace of Allah Azza wa Jalla.